Welcome back to pridefit. Today we are really going back to my soccer roots, and going to do a clothing haul with Adidas. Now, I don't think that I've worn Adidas clothes in, since high school. Since high school for sure, because that was the last time that I really played soccer. And I do think of Adidas as a soccer brand, but that being said, after trying on all of these clothes and giving them a good workout, I think that Adidas may become part of a staple in my wardrobe. I think they've got some items that are just so comfy and really good for the gym. So let's jump right into those clothes so you can see what I'm talking about. First off, we've got a classic, the Tiro 21 track jacket. I got it in black just, to really give myself the nostalgia that I deserve. And I was decently disappointed with this track jacket. So on the one hand, this is a $30 jacket and you really can't beat that. But on the other hand, I thought that this jacket wouldn't change from when I was in high school, and it definitely did. If you look really closely here, along the arm, it has like a little bit of netting. And I think that it looks good, but it's really, really difficult to move in. It makes you feel like you can't really bend your arms at the elbow. And I think that that's a big mistake. I really liked how they used to be, that like it was just like one fabric throughout the garment. And I think that that was better. So I'm confused on why they made this switch, because this is just like a classic track jacket and it feels like they've kind of screwed it up somehow. Next up, we've got the Trefoil tank top. Now, this one was interesting because looking at the picture, I was like, what is this gonna be used for? He has an undershirt on underneath it. I don't do that, but I was like, is this going to be something that I work out in, or is it only going to be street clothes like the model was showing? And when I tried it on, I actually was pleasantly surprised. I think that the mint is actually really cute. I love when they use this version of the Adidas logo. I think that's great, but it is going to be more of a casual wear instead of a workout wear. If you were to get very sweaty with this tank top, it's not going to feel the best. It's gonna feel heavy. It's gonna be just like, I call like this material an unathletic material, and then something that has like a little bit more elastane or spandex, more of an athletic material, because the sweat doesn't feel quite so heavy and pull down the shirt as much. And for this one, I really like it, but it's not an athletic material. That being said, for 25 bucks, I'm game. I think this tank top is so cute. The Feelready sports tee was just fine to me. Again, this one is also 25 bucks. So you can't really go wrong with it, but there was nothing special about it either. I don't think the fit is very good. It doesn't hug anywhere. It's kind of like just like a generalized sports t-shirt, and it is a better material than our tank top that we were just talking about, but I didn't really like anything about it, so I would say this one is a pass. Okay, but this is the real deal. This is the Adizero sports singlet, and I opened it up and it was like in a sheet of tissue paper on one side and then a sheet of tissue paper on the other side, and I'm like, this looks like it's like an award. It is so well wrapped, and it is just like a really, really perfect material. You can tell that they spent a lot of money manufacturing this garment, and I think that that is great. It's definitely reflected in the price at $50. It is one of the more expensive things that I got from Adidas, but it was worth it. I think that the style is really cool, and obviously the quality is just really, really good. You could wear this and the sweat would feel really comfortable. It wouldn't feel like you're being dragged down. This is a solid tank top from Adidas. Okay, the Own the Run shorts. These were my favorite shorts in the order. I thought they were so great. They reminded me a little bit of soccer shorts, but they're not quite as wide. My soccer shorts in high school were always so baggy, and these were absolutely perfect. They're a good casual short, but they're also a good short to run in. They're also a good short to go to the gym in. I know that they say that they're run shorts, but I think they're absolutely perfect. I got the 5-inch, obviously, and it felt like it was a really good size for me, but you can also get it in 7-inch. A lot of their shorts come in either 5 or 7-inch, and I really like that about Adidas as well, that they give you that option. Their Hiit shorts, however, I was not as big of a fan of. I think because they didn't come in 5 inches, that bothered me a little bit. I thought they were a little too long, and they just weren't as well crafted as the run shorts. I see this a lot. They feel like if they're not a running short, they have to have some more bells and whistles, a little bit more fabric, and I just don't think that that's true. I think that Hiit shorts or running shorts, they can both be minimal and lightweight fabric, so that if you're sweating in them, it doesn't feel gross. I can't really explain to you that feeling of when you have so much sweat on your clothing and you're just like, I just feel like I'm wet everywhere. As opposed to a lightweight or a better material where it kind of soaks it up in a way that doesn't bother you quite as much. You know, someday I'll think of a better way to explain that, but I hope that you understand. This material, I didn't love sweating in it as much as I liked sweating in the running short material. That's the bottom line. And the woven sport shorts, I kind of felt the same way. This is a classic sport short. I'm sure that they've had these forever, but I could also tell that they've had them forever. You know, in the manufacturing of them, I think that it hasn't changed in 100 years, however long Adidas has been around. And you can tell because the bunching around the waistline is just really unflattering. It makes too much of like an air bubble around your junk. And we've kind of gotten away from that. We've found how to design shorts to be a little bit more fitting and to not have so much loose fabric around. So I would stay away from these, even though they've got a pretty good price tag at 30 bucks. The color block pants really brought me back to my training days in soccer. You know, we did love a tight pant, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think everyone should get a pair of tight pants, and these ones are definitely very tight. I got a small, and I could probably go up to a medium in these, but they fit very well. I think they're very stylish. They're always going to be in style, so having a pair of these around, it's almost like you're doing kind of like a retro style when you're wearing Adidas, which I think is like really fun because like it's current, but it's retro, and I think that the more that you play with color in Adidas, the more retro style you can get. The black is just gonna be, you know, timeless, but if you can get into the really colorful and exciting patterns of Adidas, then you're like, oh yeah, these are from like the 80s. It's very fun, you know? So something to keep in mind. I loved this crew neck. It was so comfortable. You know, I have this brand of sweatpants. It's called Yellow Label. It's a really, really great brand, but they're expensive. And you can tell because the fabric is like heavy. It is dense fabric. It keeps you warm. You can tell it's gonna last forever. And that's kind of how I felt about this crew neck. I didn't expect for it to be that high quality of a make at a $55 price point, but I got it and I put it on and I was like, wow, this is so comfortable. And it also is just so hefty. It's very well made. So that, combined with the color, combined with the old Adidas logo, I'm such a big fan. I'll wear this sweatshirt forever. You know, it's one of those that like you can have in your closet forever. The Urban Bomber, what can I say? I really liked this jacket. It was probably the piece in the order that I was most excited about. I was like, you know what? I think this is gonna be one of those pieces that you just like keep around and it's gonna look so nice. Even though it has that Adidas logo there, I think that again, kind of what I was saying for the crew neck, it's just gonna look like retro and fun. That's the cool thing about Adidas, is that it's been around for so long that it's not cliche or uncool to have the logo there. It seems like you did it on purpose, you know? So I think that's kind of why I still love Adidas so much, is that like it seems very deliberate and like it can still be cool, you know? That being said, I got the wrong size for the Urban Bomber. I got a size small and the arms were the appropriate length, but it was way, way, way too short. It was probably like 3 or 4 inches too short. When I lifted my arms, you could see like 3 inches of my belly. So I would say go with a medium, or I didn't see this when I did the order, but now I saw you can go tall, although these are all out of stock, so that's a bummer. But you could go medium, maybe one size up for this. I'm just nervous that it's gonna be like too baggy. So I'm gonna return this and get a new size, but crossing my fingers that the new size is just like a little bit of extra length and it's not like too much width, because I really love it. I think it's so cute. It reminds me like, you know, I'm rewatching Ted Lasso with Jared, and it just reminds me of something that they would wear in that show as like a cover of their warm-ups, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. I want this. I think it's so sporty and trendy and cute. So 53 bucks for a bomber, you can't beat that. It's good. And lastly, I got the track pants to go along with the track jacket, and they did the same thing. They added this little mesh thing along the top that made me really, really not like, oh, I thought there was a bug on me. It was just my short string. They did something with the mesh that I really just don't like. It makes it feel too stiff. I thought that they wouldn't be able to screw up their track pants and their track jacket, but alas, I think that they have somehow changed it too much for me. They were not my favorite parts of the order. That being said, they do a really good job keeping it at a low price point. I'm happy about that. I just think that there are other pieces in this order that I enjoyed more, so I would say no to the track pants as well. Thank you so much for watching my Adidas clothing haul. I hope this was helpful. I had such a good time trying on all these Adidas clothes because I just forgot. I forgot how good they feel. I love the style of Adidas. You know, they're, like I said, timeless. They're never gonna go out of style. They do a really good job just like staying current. And I think that means that they're a good bang for your buck. If you know that the money that you're spending is not just for this season of clothes, but for future seasons as well, the price point is actually a very, very competitive and good price point. So that's something to keep in mind. I think Adidas definitely is gonna stay in my closet. And if you have any recommendations or any clothing brands that you want me to do a clothing haul with, leave me a comment below and I'll see you back next time. Have a good day.